live. Playoffs are here. Playing tournament started. Interesting games. A lot of injuries to go over. Zion injured out. Butler injured out.
Giannis injured out.
Yes. Sorry, James. We got the playing East playing. Of course, winner becomes eighth seed. We got Bulls and Heat.
No Jimmy though.
Give me the Bulls.
Probably.
No Jimmy.
I'm thinking that too, man.
Miami's favored. I mean, they're home. I like the Bulls. I mean, Kobe White went off. And Miami, I don't know, after last year and this year just hasn't been the same.
Here's the thing: is it recency bias because Chicago played good yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think they could shoot like that again?
No, they're the most.
That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Right, they're the most on and off team. On any given day, you don't know what you're going to get. But Miami without Butler, what is that? I mean, Tyler Hero can't shoot as bad as he did last game, right?
Mm-mm. Well, see, I'm thinking what they would try to do without Jimmy Butler is play faster. But then that might be playing into Chicago.
And then Bam's going to need a big game against Vukovic. And
It'll be the Jaime Hawkins show.
I just like Chicago just because they're built to win now. Well, they're not built to win a lot now, but they're built to win something now. And if this team misses the playoffs again because they lost in the play-in last year, I mean, they're already a disappointment to like casual fans, but I think they're just going to be a disappointment to themselves if they can't make the playoffs in the East. And the East drops off pretty hard after the 6-7 seed. So, I guess after 7 it drops off pretty hard. So if you can't make the playoffs in the East 2 years in a row with a win now, a team built to win now, I think there's just more at stake for the Bulls. Where Miami made the finals last year, I think they know they're not beating Boston without Butler. Mm-hmm. I just think this team's going to be out of gas. They've seemed out of gas all year, so give me the Bulls.
I'm only going to go with the Bulls because I would rather see them get murdered by Boston. Plus, they'll probably give you more, at least 1 or 2 competitive games against Boston.
They've actually played Boston kind of sneakily well this year. Not that they'll win that.
This is Miami's MO. They do exceptionally well one season, and the next season they shit the bed. Just don't even go to the playoffs.
I'll tell you though, Boston would not wanted to have faced Jimmy Butler in the Heat if that were the case. Without Butler, fine, but I don't think Boston would have been too thrilled with facing the Heat round 1.
I think that would have been the best thing for Boston because you need that challenge because that team thinks that they're they forget that you have to bring it every day. I think you know what I'm saying. Like they need to get punched to get going, and it's like okay, Miami will give you that punch in that first round if you want it. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with Bulls.
I'm going to go with Bulls for a clean sweep. Kid Lowe's commented, Celtics going all the way.
They should. I mean, they really don't have an excuse.
They have the runway.
Last playing, Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans for the 8th seed.
Another one without Zion. This game.
I'm just gonna go Kings because I fucking hate watching the Pelicans play basketball. Like it's not always pretty.
They also don't have much of a home court. If this game was in Sacramento, I think it's done. But not that New Orleans has a big home court advantage, but just not being in Sacramento counts. It's gonna have to be a big McCollum and Ingram day. Ingram didn't really show up in the last game. But without Zion, the Pelicans are actually pretty historically good, and the Kings. While they look good against the Warriors, they still don't have Monk and Herter. So I'll get the Pelicans at home. Why not? Make the playoffs. I think OKC is an appealing target, but I think OKC would just run through the Pelicans without Zion. Where the Kings might win one game against OKC, so you can light the beam once.
Sacramento's going to hate us.
They already do hate us, but I think I would pick them. But it's really just because I'm a Pelicans hater, and that's not really good analyzation of basketball, but I just don't like watching them play basketball.
I think it's great.
Kid Low says Kings got it. I'm gonna go with the Kings just because CJ McCollum ruined my parlay the other day because he decided to not show up to the playoffs like Klay Thompson did also. So thank you guys. It's all good though. We'll move on to Saturday, where of course, if you are a basketball fan, it is the day to watch endless basketball pretty much. Start off with the Magic versus the Cavaliers.
I think the Cavs win the series. It's just a matter of how hard they're going to make it on themselves, to be honest with you.
I think they're going to make it way too hard. Let's see, the Cavs are minus 195 to win the series. Magic plus 165 to win the series is kind of juicy.
The problem that I have with the Magic is that Paolo finished the season like crap. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to be a star on that team for y'all to have a shot, and he wasn't that guy.
And they don't have the shooting. They really don't have a lot of outside shooting. I don't want to use last year when the Cavs shipped the bet against the Knicks, but I can still smell that a little bit.
I can tell you why. Because the Cavs do the same stupid shit every year, and they play into the other team's strength. Orlando wants to play defense and run, and that's what Cleveland is going to let them do. So that's why I think the series.
I also like Suggs and Isaac as defenders on Mitchell, and taking him away because Mitchell playoffs is different from regular season Mitchell, but Suggs is one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. So I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I'd be really shocked if the Cavs put him away, but I think they win it in 7.
Yeah,
I'll take Cavs in 6.
Paulo, you my boy, but I can't rock with y'all. I gotta. Kid Low says I'm rocking with the Magic on this one. I'm gonna go with Donovan Mitchell on this one. All right.
Yeah, he'll disappoint in the second round.
Yeah, that's usually when he falls off for sure. Next for one, we got Phoenix Suns versus the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ugh.
A little juicy. You get Durant versus Anthony.
Suns are favored in this, minus 130. T-Wolves are plus 110, even though they have home court. I think because the Suns finished well, their last few games they played really well, and because they have 3 guys who can score in the half court, which is great for playoff basketball. I think that's why they're favored in this. But I like Minnesota. I think Minnesota losing. I'd be surprised if they lose in round 1 with how good their defense is. Of course, anchored by Rudy and then Jaden Daniels on the outside. And then I think this is the playoffs that Ant takes that next step. He kind of showed that in the Olympics last year. I think this is a real Ant coming out series. It's not going to be easy, but I think they win in 6.
I'm going to take the Suns in 6 because I think I would just counteract that with what you said. It's like, all right, let Ant go off. Because we don't have anybody to stay in front of him, but nobody else on that team does shit. Ant can't beat us by himself. That's how I would play that if I'm Phoenix.
You don't trust playoff Cat?
No, I don't.
You don't trust my boy Rudy Gobert, bro?
Yeah, Rudy.
For what? For what? 8 points? Yeah, get your 8 points, bro. Come on.
Mike Conley, bro.
Hey, Phoenix is sneaky good on defense sometimes too. So I'm just saying they could shoot like a motherfucker over there. I'm going Phoenix in 6. I'll never root against Durant, especially if the other team has a big cat on it. I'm not doing it.
I will say they're very thin, but in the playoffs that matters a little bit less, especially round 1. So not having any depth might not hurt him. Playoff Grayson Allen, though, as a Bucks fan, he's a different player than regular season Grayson Allen. Hell of a year from Grayson this year, but I want to see it translate to the playoffs before I pick him in the series. So give me the Wolves.
Kid Low says T-Wolves got it. I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards. I saw a quote where he said he wants to be the best in the NBA. So it's like, I think this is like James.
One time I said I wanted to dunk, and I still ain't touched the rim.
Yeah, but I got to go with my guy. He eats Popeyes. He about it.
I eat Popeyes.
Yeah, I know, but he's Anthony's like one of those guys that is not on my team, but I like him. Like
That's how I feel about Durant, bro.
Yeah. No, I know. You said it. My other guy, he's not playing because he's injured. All right. Next one, we got a banger match. 76ers versus the Knicks.
What Embiid shows up? Who do you think?
That's a pick of -110 each way. Madison Square is going to be rocking. The Knicks played well in round one last year, although that was against the Cavs. Brunson is built for the playoffs. Philly was super hot to end the regular season, but you kind of saw it in that Miami game where they won, but it wasn't sexy or convincing. You don't have to win sexy, but over a 7-game series, I kind of like the Knicks. Give me the Knicks in 7.
I'll take the Knicks in 5, bro. Like you said, the Miami game, that shit was like, it wasn't it was like, are you even gonna get a date to the prom? Kind of ugly. But like, if you're playing high-low post basketball where Embiid's passing to Oubre on a pin down, like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel doing that. You know what I mean? If OG and those guys are playing, I think the Knicks just run away from them. I really do.
Yeah, DiVincenzo's been playing very well for them. All those Villanova guys.
Hart.
And I love playoff matches. There's a lot of good round one series, we should say. Like almost every series is compelling. And this one's going to be awesome. I think the crowds.
Is Jalen Brunson a superstar?
I mean, what do you define as superstar? Top 10?
Yeah, I wouldn't say top 10.
Is he the? I guess superstar is, can you carry your team to the finals?
I think he could. I really think he could.
I don't know about the finals. I think the Eastern Finals.
I think if they don't get to the Eastern Finals this year, then they did something wrong.
Yeah, because they have a banged up Philly. Round 2 would be a banged up Bucks or Indiana. Yeah. So I think that will, if they lose round 1, not that it matters, like labeling him a superstar, but I don't think so yet. But he's a lot better than I think we in Dallas thought.
So, Kid Low says, rocking with the Knicks, Jalen Brunson's a superstar. And then he followed up with, he's better than Curry this year.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he was. I ain't gonna lie.
He balled. I mean, the boys.
Well, that's why I say a superstar, because like the dude can do. If he was like 6 foot fucking 4, we would probably look at Jalen Brunson like a SGA. I really feel that way.
Because I don't feel like Madison Square Garden, like usually they elevate like a star like even more, but he's kind of elevated Madison Square Garden and the Knicks a bit with himself, so that's why I kind of put him as like, yeah. I'm rolling with the Knicks in this one though. I don't care for Philly.
Who's the better, Brunson prime or Carmelo prime?
Oh, Melo. Because we just said it. Melo was a top 10 player.
He never really did much in the playoffs either, though.
Now, that's true, but I think he only went one time. But, you know. Melo in his prime was something different.
No, I like Melo in his prime. I think it's an interesting question for Knicks fans.
But it's a different game now, I feel like.
Oh, totally different game, yeah.
Like, Brunson is a product of this era's basketball, and he's so damn smart, he just does it well.
Kid Low says, Brunson leading the Knicks to the 2nd seed's got to be a superstar.
I feel that way. Like, he's top 20 player to me. He might be number 20, but
he's up there. He balling this year.
You take your pick. You want Jalen Brunson, you want Donovan Mitchell?
Brunson.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I didn't even have to. Kid Los goes, Randall gotten hurt and OG Brunson held it down. That they did. Oh, this one, the last game of the night, the one that of course everybody will be watching. LeBron James and the Lakers versus the Joker and the Denver Nuggets.
A lot of people were just picking the Nuggets to make the finals again. Everyone's predicting Boston, Denver, obviously. I think the Lakers are going to put up a little bit of a fight here, though.
I think they're going to put up a fight also. Everything that you said about Boston not wanting Miami, it translates to this matchup also. Like Denver don't want that right now.
Lakers are plus 250 to win the series. I love that the Lakers said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go for it." Not avoiding anyone.
It's easy. Like the LeBron's gonna do LeBron. AD's gonna get bullshit numbers and people will praise his little soft ass. Joker's gonna be Joker. But if D'Angelo Russell can get you 20 points a game, the Lakers can have a shot at the series.
I think those are the X factors: is D'Angelo and then Jamal Murray. Because if Murray shits a bit, which Murray's been a fantastic playoff player, but if for whatever reason he's not his usual self, then that's the Lakers' best shot. And then any Austin, like last year, they relied so much on Reeves and Hachimura that, yeah, it's going to have to be D'Lo, and D'Lo's been slumping. He had that hot stretch, but he's been slumping down the last few games. So
you don't even have to be a superstar. Just give me 20 a game.
Yeah,
you're here to shoot.
I want to pick the Lakers, but I can't. So Nuggets in 6.
I'll take Nuggets in 7.
Kid Low says LeBron got it in him. Lakers upset.
He got something in him.
I'm gonna go with Denver in like 6 or 7. I think Lakers beat themselves because me having to trust D'Angelo Russell is
I just can't go against the Joker.
Yeah,
this is my favorite player in the league to watch. Like, I wish he was a Rocket. I literally would trade anything off of my team for that dude, for real. I give you 5 picks and 3 starters. Like, I don't give a shit. That dude is good.
Yeah, he's good. Playoff him is just a different level. Also, he elevates it. Moving on to Sunday, the next round of matchups, we got the Mavericks versus the Clippers.
Luka's the Clipper killer. We know this.
the Mavs are favored, but didn't the Clippers beat them in that series when he went off a few years ago?
You're talking about where he hit the game winner in Paul George's face in the bubble?
Not that one. No, yeah, it was that one. The Clippers won that series because then the Clippers lost to Denver.
Yeah.
So everyone's on Dallas right now, but I kind of like this Clippers team built for the playoffs with Kawhi, PG, and Harden.
Listen, I hate Dallas. Everything about it. Everything. But I get why they would say that, because of the production that Dallas is finally getting from their big men. That's going to give the Clippers a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you keep, like, Gafford and all them fools off the boards? Because we just played them and they beat the shit out of us on the boards and we didn't know what to do. So, I mean, you can't combat that much size and energy. The Clippers can, at least. I still take the Clippers to win in 6, though.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have the Clippers in 7, but the Clippers ended the season pretty cold, and the Mavs ended it red hot, which is why a lot of people like the Mavs. But I think the playoffs, you can flip that around, and I'll talk about that when we get to the Bucks. But yeah, it's good to get hot going into the playoffs, but it doesn't mean everything. Especially the Clippers, who had that stretch where they were unbelievable. Then I think they just kind of cooled it down, and losing Westbrook for a bit hurt too. But Westbrook's been really good for them off the bench, so. These guys that you want to expect to make a difference for the Clippers are, and Ty Lue, I think, is a little overrated as a coach, but he's still a good coach. I like the Clippers, but it's going to be 6 or 7 for sure.
I just think that James Harden won't screw the team because Luka's going to play to his pace. This is a James Harden series where I don't have to be the guy but I could still be productive for 44 minutes, and then y'all, we'll figure it out from there. Uh, yeah, that's why I got the Clippers. Foul trouble on the Mavs.
Over under 35 points for Luka averaging this series. He might go over. I think he's just going to have a monster scoring series. Because the Clippers have some perimeter defenders, but no one who's going to really be able to.
We're not going to put Harden on him. Kawhi Leonard will be a last case scenario because he's injury prone and you don't want him to get bodied. So then that probably leaves Paul George, Terrence Mann. You're not going to put. You might put Russ on him a little bit. Yeah, Luka's going. He's going to get to 35.
And still might lose. But.
Yeah, 35. Who might get 40 and then they'll lose by 8.
This will be a fun series, though. I mean,
I'm actually
yeah,
excited for this one a bit. Like, I don't have a horse in the race because my team's out, but this one is one of those where I'm like, all right, I kind of want to watch it, see how the offense goes and all that. Kid Lowe says Clippers won every series versus Mavs, but both are different teams now. Give me the Clippers. Love Luka, though.
He's boring to me.
I'm riding with you, James Harden. I'm going to go with y'all. Clippers. Ooh. To get into your team, James.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Pacers versus the Bucks.
Does Doc Rivers even want to be a coach anymore?
Yes, evidently. If he got himself in that position, he probably got what's his name fired, Griffin.
Yeah, he was playing all coy, like, oh, how's golfing? This was 110 each way, but now it's Bucks plus 100, Pacers minus 120. I can't pick against the Bucks. All of their games this year, though, were very early. So the Pacers did kind of own this series this year, but they were early in the year before they got Siakam, before the Bucks figured it out and then unfigured it out. This has been a kind of impressive Bucks season, to be honest. I didn't like Griffin. So even when they were 31-13 or whatever, a few games before he got fired, I was texting other Bucks fans like, am I crazy or should we fire Griffin? And they're like, nah, you're crazy. And then they did. And then when Doc first came in, they had this tough road trip. They got shit on. But then after the All-Star break, they started to get some nice wins. They killed OKC at home after that. But then they followed that losing to like the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and all these just horrible losses. So I don't know. It's tough to make a lot of this team. I'm off. I don't like Jay Crowder. I'm just going to say it. There's no way around it. I think Doc Rivers loves guys like Jay Crowder because like he thinks it's still 2015. And back in 2015, Crowder would be great for this team, but he can't shoot well, and his defense he's slower on defense. So what are you getting? You're getting a name, and he played at Marquette, so like cool. But I can't stand minutes when Jay Crowder's out. His ugly ass shot. If he proves me wrong, great, fantastic. But I'm worried about Jay Crowder. Malik Beasley was pretty consistent from 3. I like Beasley, but it's going to come down to those wing guys for the Bucks, Beasley, Connaughton, Crowder, to step up because we know what Bobby's going to do. I think Dame's going to right the ship a little bit, playoff Dame. If Giannis doesn't come back this series, though, I think it's
he's going to come back, but it's going to be too late.
Oh,
I told Nick, bro, that's exactly what's going to happen. Dame's going to right the ship enough for them dumbasses to run it back. Don't bring Dame back. He just don't fit Giannis. It don't fit. It's okay. It just didn't work. It's like Steve Nash and Shaq didn't work. Just don't do it twice. You know what I'm saying? As much as I like Giannis, y'all about to get fucked up, bro. Because the Pacers can play basketball at a pace that I don't think y'all can match.
Let's see what you did.
My next point is I'm not the type of person to tell you I told you so, but I was like an advocate for Halliburton for how long, and then it worked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that dude's gonna be good. That dude's good. Nobody listening to him. That dude got good. Even though that other rat bastard Siakam's on this team, I'm gonna take the Pacers in 5.
In 5?
Siakam.
5.
You're taking Siakam in 5?
Yes.
He
What?
said Siakam's gonna ball out. He said.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, they have a top 5 guy in Siakam. They have.
In the All-Star game when Dame went off, when Dame was going off, right? Who was on the other team matching him shot for a while? It was Halliburton. Dame don't want that prop. Well, he might show up. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I can't say the Bucks are gonna figure it out and say Halliburton can't. I'm not saying Halliburton can't, but his second half was a lot worse than his first half.
Well, he was injured.
Actually, a good guy to have if Giannis does come back. I hate to admit it, but those Raptors teams would give Giannis a little bit of trouble. I don't love the matchup. I think the Bucks quietly tanked the last game because they didn't want to play the Heat again, possibly, or Philly. But I don't like playing Indiana, who's kind of had our number. So I'm kind of shitting myself, but Bucks and 6. And then your point to the Dame thing, I mean, I guess he's been going through some off the court shit all year. His kids are back in Portland. But I'm not just saying this now. When they made that trade at first, I was like a little on the fence because, and you remember, I just thought losing Drew, it was a little overreacting to that Miami series. Losing Drew was going to hurt. And then the fact that he went to Boston made that worse. But even if he hadn't gone to Boston, you just took your best perimeter defender, chipped him away. You got Dame. But you're right, Dame and Giannis, and I think part of it's been the coaching change, but it's 100% Giannis' team, which it should be. But Dame hasn't been able to figure that out. It's tough for a guy like Dame who's run his own franchise his whole career to then suddenly do the Dwayne Wade thing. Like what Dwayne Wade did for the Heels, players don't do that very often. So it's easier
because they can't. They just don't know how. With D Wade, he had a bag on him. Like, no disrespect to Dame, but you're 2005 taught. Like, you dribble and shoot. You come off screens and shoot. You know what I mean? And what's the point of having Giannis if that's all you're gonna do? I didn't like the trade.
I think that Miami series kind of just. I don't like the new owner. I don't know why we got a Browns owner in there, and everyone overreacted. I like Bud. I don't know. And I'm not. Everyone says this now. They shouldn't have fired Bud. They shouldn't have traded Holiday. But I liked Bud, and when they fired him, I was like, that seems a bit much 2 years from. But if we got Nick Nurse, I would have been happy. But anyway, it's too much time on this. Fuck it, Bucks and 6.
Pacers. Man, you make me want to change Pacers to 6. Because I did feel like that was disrespectful, but I'm not going to because, like, I just don't think that y'all can score with them. I really don't. Yeah, Pacers in 5.
Kid Lowe's goes, Pacers, dog 'em. Lillard's not what he used to be, and no Giannis. I'm going to go Pacers in 5. I only say that because I think Giannis comes back and helps win one game for y'all, but
you know what? Fuck it. Bucks in 5. I'm tired of the disrespect.
5.
Dame's gonna find his playoff self. He's gonna move his kids over, and it's gonna be everyone's gonna be happy. Giannis is gonna come back game 2, and they're gonna hug at half court after they win game 2. And then they're going to give the Pacers one in Indiana. Bucks and 5.
And Marjon Beauchamp is going for 50. Yeah.
AJ Green. AJ Green's going to hit 10 threes.
If the Pacers lose this series, I will say it's because Siakam pulls a Tobias Harris.
100%. I don't give a shit if they barely win. I'm blaming something on Siakam. Until the day he retires, I will blame something on Pascal Siakam. I don't get it. How he got in the league. Much less paid.
Dude's getting that bag, bro.
New Mexico State.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna win, and then he's gonna say he beat Giannis.
Oh God,
so he should be better than him.
This is my team. He's gonna say.
Of course, the last games are dictated on the play-in. Celtics and Thunder. Do any of those teams have a chance, no matter who wins? To be
absolutely not.
That's
the Pelicans with Zion would have been interesting. I don't think they would have had a chance. I don't think they would have won. But that would have been interesting. But no. And then Miami with Butler would have been interesting. But now, as it's currently looking, no.
Listen. There's a lot of bad basketball about to be played. I hope y'all know that because I just see bad shit happening. I want one thing to happen. I either want SGA or Ant-Man to come out of this playoffs like a superstar. Like, make yourself a top 5 player. If one of those can do it, then it was a successful playoff to me.
I mean, round 2, assuming it's OKC versus Dallas or the Clippers, that's going to be a hell of a series. That will be the OKC's proving ground. How for real are they?
Good. That team is good.
The OKC team reminds me of those younger Giannis teams that would win a bunch of games, but let's see what they do in the playoffs kind of thing. But they're deeper than those teams. They have multiple.
They are deep.
J-Dub, SGA, and Chet.
Giddy. Who else is over there?
Isaiah Joe's been playing well.
Isaiah Joe. The other Jalen Williams. That's what makes me excited. People be talking up that Oklahoma City team, and I swear by this till the day that I die, or at least till we get a championship. The Rockets got more talent on it than the Oklahoma City Thunder. Player for player, we got more talent than them. Like, we used our picks better than they did. My opinion.
Oh, they're the 1 seed.
Well, we didn't make a trade for a fucking SGA. Because if you take him off that team, then y'all are bummed. You know what I'm saying? You're in our spot, bitch. What the fuck?
They got Josh Giddey, bro. No,
I know. He's good. He's sneaky good.
I don't know. I think it's you guys, the Thunder and the Spurs, are like the future of the West, and it's gonna be pretty. You guys have to admit, pretty.
I think Luka's young enough to still be the future of the West.
Would y'all want? Kid Low says OKC is going to be the biggest flop of the playoffs. Would y'all be interested in seeing Luka and Joker pair up together?
No, I don't want to see that. Like, why would I want to see like 2 of the top 7 players in the world on this? Like, it's just fucking. I want to see y'all play each other. You know what I mean? Do that.
They said they want to play with each other.
All right. What's the most realistic finals other than Nuggets Celtics? You couldn't pick one of those 2 teams.
The most realistic other than Nuggets and Celtics. I'm going to go Clippers. There's just something about that damn Kawhi Leonard guy. There's just something about it. He's due. Like, he's due for it. Something about that guy. He could just lead a team. And really? Sorry.
No, I was gonna say Clippers, but I didn't have the balls to say it yet, and then you said it, so now you gave me the courage to say it. So
but you said it earlier, bro. They're primed for a run. Like, you cannot do anything else to that team to put yourself in a better position to try to win a championship unless somebody like gives you a center or something. Like, you have to win now. Like, you have no other chess moves. None. Fucking none. Yeah, checkmate, bitch. So that's why I feel like, yeah, they have to do it, and I think they know it.
I agree. And then the East?
I was thinking, I mean, if that eyebrow wiggle meant Bucks, like, okay, I'll give you this. If Giannis's calf can hold up, Giannis can take that team from Dame. He can make Dame pointless just by doing Giannis shit. So I do believe healthy Giannis could get y'all to the finals. But who's gonna match up with him if y'all beat the Pacers?
Yeah, y'all beat the Pacers. Kind of like, oh, Giannis is unleashed now.
Yeah, but okay, bias aside, say he doesn't come back or whatever, and the Pacers do whatever. Then I probably would have to go
Knicks.
Jalen Brunson show.
I'd be legitimately pretty shocked if the Knicks made the finals, because that would mean they have to beat well, Philly's gonna be a tough series, and they'd have to beat the Bucks or the Pacers, and then Boston. That's a gauntlet.
But you also got to think about it. Like the Knicks don't get credit. Those players, they have experience. They know how to get there. Some of them have rings. You know what I'm saying? I think the Knicks could figure that shit out to get there. Like DiVincenzo's there for a reason. Josh Hart's there for a reason. Bogdanovich's there for a reason. So I think the Knicks can do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to come around on the idea. Last year we had the Heat surprise everyone and make it, and this Knicks team I think is a little deeper than that team was. They just need Brunson to do what Butler did last year and go insane. I think they have a little less than Miami ended up having, but they get guys. They've got some good perimeter guys.
The Knicks, they need that little bit of New York magic in the sense like you're gonna need those games where like McBride goes off for like 22 because he's lighting the 3-point lineup, or like the white dude that says he's black. What's his name? The center.
Oh, Hardenstein?
Hardenstein he has to get like a 15, 17 rebound game. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of New York shit.
Yeah.
And they can make the finals, I think.
There's gonna be a lot of classic series in the East, especially if Chicago wins against Chicago, Boston, then Philly, New York. If the Knicks make the Eastern Finals, you have New York, Boston.
Listen, the Cavs should be good. They should, but I don't have no faith left for you. You've used it all of it.
Cavs faith and Cavs agnostic.
So like if they do good, like it shouldn't be a surprise because they actually should. You know what I mean? Like if on paper that team should be the biggest threat to Boston at this point, but they're not. That's the sad part.
No one believes in them. I don't even think they believe in themselves.
No.
And they tanked the last game to lose to the Clippers. That never works. When teams blatantly do that kind of shit for seeding, because now you just piss off the Magic, which may not matter, but I don't know. It's just not going to work out as I think. And then you get the Cavs round 2.
That team needs a new leadership. Like they need a new coach. Like no disrespect to what's his name because he came from the Rockets, but like there's no reason that team should be that soft. Like Evan Mobley should be dominant, and he's not. He's probably the softest dude on the team. How does that work?
I was just thinking, I didn't really think about this because I fucking hate Boston, but they have a pretty easy path to the Eastern Finals. You get the Bulls, or the Butler-less Miami, and then you get the Magic or the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever they play in the Eastern Finals, I don't know. Iron sharpens iron. I don't know if they'll be ready for at least game 1. I could see them losing, but thinking ahead. That's too bad. I like upsets. I mean, you never know.
I do too.
Kobe White drops 40 a game. Bulls win.
The dude can shoot. He turned out to be a good pro.
Yeah, that's a cool story. But the Bulls are kind of trash otherwise.
Oh yeah, they're gonna blow that team up if they lose tomorrow. But Kobe White might be one of them players y'all should try to go get.
They'd probably take Dame.
I know they would. Well, I mean, when you have no star power, then you would probably take. I would probably get like Levine and Kobe White for Dame.
No, Kobe White and Caruso.
Yeah, they're not going to do that because they're going to have to try to dump Levine's money. I don't know. Levine and Lillard might be a good combo.
But
Kid Low says Clippers and Celtics. I don't see anyone else in the East. And then Shaq got more dog than Mobley. He put laughing emoji, sad emoji.
But that's not saying much.
Yeah.
I like Chet.
My picks are Chicago versus Sacramento. No, I'm just kidding.
Let the
Kid Low says, what's going to happen to the Warriors?
They're going to keep playing. It seems like every year there's these...
It depends. Like, I think you let the league go dictate what he's worth, and you decide at that point if he's worth matching. But I think even more so than keeping Clay, your first priority should be get rid of Wiggins. Like, how the fuck can I get rid of this guy? Because this is the problem. Clay's not the problem. Wiggins is the problem.
The thing, though, Orlando would pay a lot for Clay because they need a guy like that. The idea of Clay, anyway. They need a shooter like that. I mean, everyone wants shooting. I don't know what Clay has left in the tank. To me, I just think he stays. I think this core stays intact because it happened with Draymond last year, and everyone was
Dude, you'll never figure out how to shoot a basketball. He can do that at the very least.
right. So everyone was like Draymond was leaving it last year. It didn't happen. I like Clay to stay, and then you gotta trade Wiggins. He has no trade value. So what do you trade? What do you trade him for? Do you dump Chris Paul for something? He doesn't have trade value. You have these guys that are clearly just taking up a ton of space, but no one's going to want them unless you start attaching draft picks to them, which they're probably going to have to do.
Unless it depends. Let's see. Who could they get? What do they need? They got Looney. They got Green,
Moody,
Kaminga. There's your three.
Pod.
You can't.
Actually played pretty well.
Yeah, but he's a forever bench player. You need. I think so. Dang.
Led the league in charges.
Ooh. Good job, Kyle Lowry. White Kyle Lowry. I don't know.
Can they win another title with Curry?
Yes. I believe they could. Curry just needs somebody to play off of. Think about it. If you say you take Wiggins and Clay off the team for now because you don't know what they're going to do, right? So your projected starting lineup is Curry at the 1, Kaminga at the 3, Draymond, and then Looney. Like, where the fuck? How does Curry play off of that? Somebody has to be an offensive threat. That's what they need, a second offensive threat. There's actually a perfect player out there for them, but he's too fucking little, and I don't can get him. Desmond Bane would be the perfect Golden State Warrior.
Yeah, I don't know what the Grizzlies would want.
Kid Low
They
says,
don't want Wiggins.
Kid Low says, y'all need to do a mock draft vid or possible trades. And then he says, Warriors go after Jalen Green.
They better not.
Not after how Jalen finished the season.
What the fuck do they got for us to take? I don't want Chris Paul back. I don't want Wiggins.
I don't know that.
Hell
You want the
no.
open days?
Nah. Oh, I think they can have Jeff Green.
You're gonna have Jeff Green. I'll give you Uncle Jeff. I'll give you fucking Jay Sean Tate. I'll give you Sengun if you want him. But I still don't want Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's racist.
That's racist. How you kids.
Not if I take back a white boy.
All the turkeys get ass. I mean, all in all, we're hoping for good basketball. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some very terrible basketball, as it always pans out. 30-point game somewhere, and Joel Embiid just not showing up. Or
I'm gonna predict something. The first on the first day of playoffs, somebody goes for 50. I don't know who, but I just feel like somebody's gonna go for 50.
I think some of these series are set up. Speaking of blowouts, I think the Bucks Pacers either way is going to be a lot of blowouts. That series just has the feelings of just one team not showing up for a given day, where like Clippers Mavericks should be close every game. But yeah, Luka might go for 50. You might see like Ant or SGA go for 50. It's going to be a great round one. I'm pumped.
I got Brunson for 50 somewhere.
Oh,
I mean, he has a Madison Square Garden moment. I got Paulo dropping a hot 12 points.
Jaime Hawkins is going to steal the show tomorrow in a loss.
30 points.
30 points in an L. And then Tyler Hero goes fucking 1 for 14, but it's not his fault because Butler wasn't there.
Well,
I hate that guy, bro. I hate that guy. Yeah, I went on a rant yesterday. That's why Nick's laughing. Like, I don't know what it is about that. He's pretty close to being Pascal Siakam, too.
You know, they had an interview with him when they were playing the Bucks. And he's like, I grew up just outside of Milwaukee. And they're like, oh, were you a Bucks fan? He's like, no, they were never good enough. And I was like, yeah, I don't like this guy. What a bitch. He just gave up on the hometown team because they weren't good enough. Fuck off.
He got lucky and went to the finals his rookie year. He's a good player. This dude is not like he cannot be the second or third best player on the championship team, in my opinion. And I dare a motherfucker to try to convince me that he's the best player on the team. It's not like
He's a sixth man.
you're like a fourth or fifth guy. You know what I mean? Like you're really a really good bench player to me.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I don't know
But
how I got that. Nick started. He was laughing and it reminded me of that shit from yesterday.
DeRozan's going to drop 35 on like 30 shots.
Siakam drops 35 points total.
I've gassed him up so much, it's going to be weird rooting against him, I'll be honest.
Nah, you know what I want?
A Siakam jersey.
Do an interview with Siakam.
That's fucking
Tyler Hero.
funny, bro. No matter what, when Philly gets the shit beat out of him in this first round, no more built-in excuses. Like the basketball world should take shots at Embiid. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no more James Harden drama. You got kind of your team. I already know the excuse is gonna be, oh, he's injured. He's not 80. He's only 80%. Everybody's injured at this point of free.
Literally everyone.
Yeah.
Seems like
Kid Lowe says, who gets injured first?
Ooh,
Anthony Davis.
Jeez.
Kawhi Leonard.
I want to wish this upon anyway.
I don't wish it on anybody, but I
don't know.
It's gonna be some like nobody.
No, but you remember like on day one of last year, everybody was getting hurt. Remember Embiid got hurt?
Yeah.
Giannis hurt his back. If the basketball shit goes south because of injury, everybody remember, blame Kid Lowe's. I know Kid Lowe's. I'm gonna blame you, bro.
Shorten the season.
Zach's like Siakam.
No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'd rather watch his bad basketball.
I'm just kidding. Nah, hopefully we get some healthy basketball. Just it's not as terrible as it might be. Kid Lowe's was part of the sport. Laughing emoji.
Don't wish that on them though, Ricky Bobby.
Y'all got any last minute comments for the playoffs?
Nope.
Don't right off the Bucks.
Nope.
Let's go Clippers. Woo!
Yeah.
James Harden, fear the beard.
Flipped.
Let's go Pacers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Kid Lowe says, go Rockets.
Rockets in 5.
The best 11 seed in NBA history. Whatever that means.
Hey, we'd be in a good spot if we were in the East.
Yeah, we'd be.
Yeah, you'd be in the play-in at least. I think you'd win the play-in. And then play Boston.
I think we would have won the play-in if we were in the West. We were rolling. We were playing our best basketball of the season at that time. When the season ended, it was like, oh shit, we got to stop.
Cancun playoff series. That's what we need right there. All the losing teams
I
playing
got
in
the-
Cancun.
sure.
See? James knows that. That'd be fun. I'd watch it. More basketball.
Yeah, Spurs, Rockets, best of 7.
It's like the
Ooh.
NFL Pro Bowl.
They should do that for picks. Like the
I always said that, bro. I always said that there should be a second playoff tournament for draft order.
My God, could you imagine like Hornets, Wizards? Like there'd be 2 fans there. Did it have negative viewers somehow? Like minus 6 people watch this.
It's like
There would have to be some sort of rule where, like, if you're a team like the Rockets, where you're 41-41, you can only finish as high as like 5 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So the sorry teams have a better chance.
All right, this team starts with 20 points.
But then you'll have some dumbass team like the old Sacramento Kings still drafting dumb people, and then they're like, this tournament is pointless.
The Kings got this guy out of.
Or like how Denver does it now. They're terrible.
The Kings ignored mock drafts and they found this European that they thought might be the next Jokic. Turns out he was a plumber. Never played basketball before, but Vivek.
I dare an NBA team to do that one day. Just go to YouTube and start finding all the best like GM people on YouTube and bring them in and do like a consensus to see who should draft. I guarantee you get better picks that way than some of the fucking GMs in the league. It crushed my heart. It broke my heart when he told me that our GM got an extension the other day. I've been wanting this dude fired forever.
Yeah. Like Marvin Bagley over Luka and Trae Young.
And you just cut Sadiq Bey. You literally just cut him. Like, what the fuck? They dude scored 50 points for you, and you just cut him. Whatever. Oh, well, I'm watching basketball all weekend except for playing flag football. So
It's gonna be fun.
Here we go.
Here we go.
we out.
All right, NBA. We out of here. Much love. Good luck to your team.